Okay, so he said Miss Holland mentioned that you had made the phone call.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, that house. I'm sorry. After the war, I've kind of always been a little bit fuzzy about anything involving dead bodies. I'm sorry about that.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a bad lie, actually.
I mean, no, but.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right out there.
Oh, yeah, I understood. I've got a cousin who was in the war, and he's still pretty shook up.
It was pretty bad.
So why did you make the call anonymously?
Well, I didn't really figure that either of us had a single down thing to do about the why, whatever reason the body was there in the first place. So we figured that you guys could come in, do whatever you needed to do, and having fewer people to question would probably make your day a little more convenient for you.
I see. Do you know where Brian Timmons is?
Brian Timmons. Oh yeah, he's in some nut house, isn't he?
No, Mrs. Timmons had him released yesterday afternoon, a little while before they found the body. Yeah, that's. Remember, you think it's Brian's crazy or whatever. You were wondering if he might be actually Douglas Timmons, weren't you? Or something weird. Something weird's going on.
Yeah.
You were trying to pin it all down to realism and all this other stuff. But that still doesn't make you very comfortable.
Now, should I make a conceal roll for that? No, that's not really the same thing at all.
No, conceal's when you're trying to hide something on your body.
Ah, of course, yeah.
Like if you were trying to palm something off, like if Brian, if you left the ring out on the table, if you were trying to get rid of it. No, he tucked it away. He noticed it on the coffee table earlier, and he said, well, I'm going to put that away.
I was kind of zoned then. Sorry.
That's okay. No, actually, it's better if you don't pay too much attention to the scenes that you're not involved in, because it helps separate character from player knowledge.
Well, I'm going to go to the bathroom then.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Can you tell me what happened at the farmhouse?
Yes, Miss Timmons, she thought that maybe it'd be convenient if we went around there, kind of wandered around, saw if Brian had left any, convenient stuff like any books or anything like that he might want in the nut house. In sanitarium. So we kind of wandered around there, and we kind of, I guess, we were just kind of bumping around. I decided, of course, big old goof I was, leaning up against a wall, and oh shit. But next thing I know, there's a body on the floor.
Oh damn, actually. Shit was not part of the vernacular at that point.
Good
Go
point.
ahead.
Oh damn, there's a body on the floor. So basically, I kind of freaked out, she kind of freaked out, and so we kind of hightailed it out of there after that.
Did you get ill?
Yes, sorry. Both of us kind of,
Both of you did?
Yeah.
That explains that.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't apologize, sir. We just need to make sure we knew whose vomit that was. How well did you know Mr. Timmons?
I don't really know him that much. Really, it's like we just kind of went to see him in the asylum the other day, yesterday. I think that Miss Holland might have known him a little bit. I don't really know. I don't really know that much about her connections to him.
I see. Was there anything in the house that you found that might have a connection with the murderer?
Not really, or at least it was pretty much an empty place. We found just some clothes, some ancient food. Nobody's been there for weeks, I guess. If that helps you at all. It
does. Thanks very much, Mr. McKeefe. If you are contacted by Mr. Timmons, we are seeking him out to question him about this murder. We are handling this case as a homicide. If you could contact us immediately, I'm Daniel Malloy, Woonsocket Police Department. Daniel Malloy, yes sir. Or contact the Providence Police Department or any local police department if he contacts you. We need to talk to Mr. Timmons. Very urgent.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for coming by today. Sorry about the dirtiness of this place. I know that it's a bit.
He looks around kind of for the first time. He's like, pay no mind, Mr. McKeefe. We appreciate your cooperation. And thanks. He shakes your hand. He gives you a warm, hearty handshake, and then you see him out of the room. And he's gone. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna kind of listen and see if I can kind of hear him walking back upstairs.
Make a listen check. I'm assuming you're putting your head right to the door after you close it. Yeah, go ahead and make me a listen check.
Alright, I've got 20 out of 35.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, you hear it goes up to the foyer. And that's as far as you hear him go. I mean, you can't really tell from above that, but yeah, he definitely left. Sounds like.
I'm gonna wait for a minute or two, just because, or at least I figure that anybody could just happen to stand in the foyer and happen to just not leave for a minute or two.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go ahead and slowly walk up. Kind of walk up as though I'm just gonna check my mail.
Okay. Nobody's in the foyer. Front doors are closed. It's a oh.
Take.
You okay?
Yeah.
Everything all
What
right?
does it say?
What does it say?
Safe.
I tried to make it clean.
You did a good
Oh,
job.
sunny day.
Oh, wonderful! It's a sunny day today.
Got my
Oh,
weather dial.
nice. That's great.
Oh, nice.
It would be kind of
Oh, I
awkward
got
if
a
it
few of
snowed
those.
in the middle of
That's
summer,
cool.
though.
No, I would adjust. It's the middle of summer. It's mainly to see if it's cloudy or raining or sunny. Yeah, I like them.
So I go ahead.
Simple way to figure out the weather.
So I quickly.
Yeah, sunshine's coming in through the glass windows on the front door. And
So I check my mail and
yeah, there's no mail yet this morning.
yeah, and
It's
discreet-
Sunday.
Ha.
So and I discreetly walk upstairs and
So nice.
kind of like looking down the hall just to see that there aren't any awkward people. I go ahead and
On the second floor, you mean?
yeah, second
Yeah,
floor.
you walk up the second floor. Nobody's in the hallway. Yeah, you gonna go knocking at her door?
Well, first I'm gonna just kind of listen at her door just in case she's being visited
What?
by a person as well.
Okay, so you walk over to her door and you just kind of stand there for 20 seconds. You don't hear anything.
So I'm gonna, at that point, I go ahead and knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock. The cop left maybe 15 minutes ago, and here's another
Okay.
knock at your door. You don't get many visitors, probably.
Who is it?
Hey, it's me, McKeefe.
Okay, you come in. My door's unlocked.
He let you let yourself in. You're still in your house coat.
Yep.
Sorry to be.
What were you doing after breakfast? You probably finishing your breakfast.
Giggling.
Say,
I said, what was I doing?
we hadn't really established it. I assume that you had just finished eating breakfast when he showed up and the cop
Okay.
showed up. If you've still got the book you found in that awful, horrible
Oh,
place,
maybe I was ironing my outfit.
you might have. You might have been.
Yeah. I was doing that.
Okay.
So I say, I hope I didn't show up too early, but I just wanted to let you know that seems our little friend Brian, was it, has kind of been let out of the nut house.
Yeah, a cop actually stopped by my place earlier and said that.
Really?
Yeah.
So
But he asked about you, and I don't know why, but I lied about where you were.
wonderful. So it seems that I had a similar visitation anyway. So
A similar visitation? By the same Detective
Malloy was his
Malloy?
name. Yeah.
yes, tall, kind of stocky. Has what's he look like?
Ooh.
Tall,
Or at least
kind
what
of
am I
stocky.
looking
Yeah, he's good size, dark hair, probably about 6 foot, very trim hair. Let's have some dice. See
Okay.
how good looking this guy is. 4, only 5, 10. A little above average. Better looking than you. So shut up.
Do you?
So a pretty boy.
So he wasn't. No, I wouldn't call him a pretty boy.
Compared to you, maybe.
He's got he had a real solid jaw. Why did he say that? He had a good jawline. His strength's only like a 12. So
Yeah, so he's kind of not exact. He's kind of a bit
maybe
of a
blue
lanky
eyes.
guy. Yeah, he's a lanky guy. Has very piercing blue eyes.
I see.
About 6 feet.
Yeah, same guy. Same guy stopped by my place earlier today.
Okay. So I guess that presumably we've got the heat off our trail. Then don't want.
Are you looking around?
I'm looking at the dog.
What are you looking at?
Oh, that's
I was like,
presumably
I'll
we're
notice.
okay. Nobody's in this room.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
So, guess they probably won't be coming back to ask us any more questions.
Hopefully not. That was awkward and weird. I don't know if I would say that, but I do.
No, you can.
So, what do you want to do about this whole thing? Obviously, we're not. Well, he told me I wasn't being suspected of murder, but we're obviously being watched by the detective.
Well, I would suggest that maybe we don't go back to that place over in One Cheesy or wherever it was.
One cheesy.
One Cheese is a place in North Carolina.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ew. It's a weird name.
I
It
thought it
was
was
the
in
name of
Wisconsin.
an Indian
Oh, okay.
guy.
Of
Priest?
course.
No, not priest. Chief.
Okay.
Chieftain, yeah. And
Chief
Indian.
Grand
Anyway,
Cherokee.
anyway, I know about this because I'm a researcher and I have my like PhD or whatever. Anyway,
After I kind of listened to her
That didn't
little,
happen. That was all out of character.
yeah, after I listened to her little word spew,
Or I mean, you could have said something about, wait, that's a place in North Carolina.
okay. So, well, what should we do? I don't know if we should go back to Miss Timmons. She's obviously told this detective where we are and who we are and why we were there and whatever. And Brian's on the loose and I'm just kind of like freaking out right now because we murdered that one dude who was brought back to
No, not we, just him.
you. Yeah.
well, fact. If they ever hear anything about that, though, I don't know why, considering we did kind of cover up that little hole in the ground with some bushes and whatnot, with some
Yes,
leaves
yeah.
and shrubs.
That place was pretty well concealed anyway.
Okay, well,
So,
they probably
Well, if they do ever, remember, you're an accomplice too.
yeah, but what if Brian sees that we burned the place? What if Brian sees that we burned the place?
this is a decent apartment. The walls are thick enough that you can't overhear
Yeah.
conversation. So you guys can talk in normal voices.
What
He
if
might have
we-
still shushed you, but you would have just been like, I lived here for 3 years.
Okay, I'm gonna take
Somebody got
advantage
murdered
of you.
next door and I didn't hear the screaming. That's how good the wall.
So what if Brian finds out that we set fire to his little inner sanctum thing and comes after us?
And that you stole one of his jugs.
Oh my
You
god!
have one of his
And
jugs
a
of
book!
sand.
Oh,
You have one of his jugs of sand in
and
your
a
car.
book!
In
Like-
No, 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 no.
Okay,
The jug is in
okay.
her house.
You have one of
In the apartment. I'm assuming you didn't leave it in the car.
No.
I actually kind of look over and
Did
see
not
that little
leave that
jug
in
of
the
sand
car.
you've got.
It's probably, where did you put the jug? Just out of
She
curiosity.
put it on the chair.
I put it
I mean,
on
it
the
is-
shelf.
It's on the shelf? Okay.
Top shelf.
Okay, so it's way up on a top shelf near the ceiling. Okay, okay.
Like, nothing else is on the shelf because I know it's kind of gross.
Well,
Anyway.
I figure
Gotcha.
if the cops sorry about that.
That's okay.
Excuse me again.
Don't get sick.
No.
How much of a lightweight are you? You've only had
I just get a little belchy.
Oh,
And the camera just heard that too.
That's okay. Nobody watches my channel on YouTube.
I watched it.
Did you?
Yay!
You should comment too. Comment.
Yay! I will comment, like, and subscribe.
You don't. I
Oh,
never
this-
say that because I feel so much like a suck up. Just bend over and I'll just kiss your ass.
She will watch it 10 times at
Okay,
least.
so what are we gonna do?
Alright, well, what we do is this. Now, if the police find out, they'll just think, okay, same guy who killed the guy up in the house. So, we're good on that. Now, Brian finds it, he's like, hey, some assholes came and,
Jerks.
some jerks came and,
Again, not in the vernacular. Asses. You could say asses.
yeah, some jerks came and, killed his little,
Experiment?
experiment slave guy, whatever, crazy guy.
Spells?
Killed the crazy guy that,
If you don't believe that, that's
my character kind of starts laughing a little bit, unfortunately. Sorry.
You're so cute. You crack me up.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm saying, the way that I figure, we're pretty much fine. But main thing, we don't do anything that attracts any suspicion. We don't do anything that say makes them think, hey, what if those people are a little involved in this a bit more than so all we do, we just lay low.
Okay.
And I can see that she's not exactly very pleased with this little statement.
Good. Yeah, that's role playing. That's good. No, that's excellent. You guys, I'm having so much fun with you guys.
Well, okay. I won't do anything. We won't do anything to attract suspicion.
If you want, we can read this weird little
Watch
book that we
out.
found. I'm watching out. Now, if you want, we could read this little fancy book that you've got
Well, yeah,
by William
it's-
Shakespeare, whoever.
Well, what? Okay.
Facepalm.
I'm just gonna ignore that you said that. But yeah, I do kind of want to look in the book and see what I
Look in the
can
book.
see what I can decipher from this mysterious spell or
From Douglas Timmons.
Douglas
Dun,
Timmons.
dun, dun, dun. Okay, you start reading. You're gonna start reading that book. Probably you're gonna kick him out long enough
Okay,
for you to
go away.
just get dressed and everything. And at least it's Sunday. You don't have to work today. As a researcher, you're kind of self-employed,
Yeah.
so you can make your own hours. You don't have any projects right now. It is the summer, so you can devote a lot of time to this. You are also, excuse me, self-employed. As an appraiser, so you've got time to do what you want to do too. So she basically says, "Okay, well, I'm gonna get dressed," and then she shoos you out of the apartment long enough for her to do that. Unless you just want to leave him in the apartment while you go to your room.
Wait, no.
You actually have a bedroom in your apartment.
Just leave.
Okay, so
I don't want you stealing my paper again.
there will be a Sunday paper. So you leave. You're gonna start researching the book, just trying to start deciphering it. It is the person that wrote this was not right in their head. They make giant leaps of logic.
Mhm.
The writing style is really hard to follow. It's going to take you several days to get through this whole thing.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Well,
I'm assuming you're going to spend most of
I'm
this day doing
settled
that.
into
Okay.
reading it.
Okay.
Well, today I'm gonna lay low, just because I figured that if the cops are kind of interested in me, if they have any sort of solid leads that kind of implicate me, then they're probably gonna bring me in for questioning in it, like within the day. But if not, then I'll just lay low and conduct my business a
Okay.
little later on.
Okay. And your guess is too that when Mrs. Timmons gave you've dealt with the police before. You noted that. You know that cops will lie to try to get you to implicate yourself. No, actually, there's nothing wrong with that. They make statements that and then they see if you're going to say that, yeah, that's true. And that's probably how they found out that you made the phone call, was Mrs. Timmons noted that you two were investigating the whole thing, that she'd given you the keys to the house, and that she thought you had gone up there. That same day they got a call from an anonymous person, a male, and they pretty much said, we know that he called, and said that to her, and then she probably just fell apart and just told him everything.
And
So that's how the police work. That's what they do. They
Yeah.
try to kind of trick you into confessing, but there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion, because if you're not really guilty of anything, then unless you're an idiot, you're not going to be like, oh, I did it.
yeah, and also anybody who is guilty of something is probably gonna be lying anyway. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
So that's how the police work. The information that they get, they use in order to try to get you
Yeah.
to make. So you're just lying low. You're just going to go to your apartment and just kind of spend the day there.
pretty much. Maybe I'll
Okay.
do some silver polishing
Okay.
and clean some clothes and stuff. So,
Okay.
Silver
Yeah,
pen?
you're just doing some just general stuff.
well, I
That's
happen
his
to have
favorite
a-
thing to appraise.
Yeah, I do happen to have some kind of tarnished, old, dusty silver.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that stuff. Okay. I'm assuming that's also in your little hidey hole for now. But you pull it out, you start cleaning it, and you've got some tarnish remover. And she gave you back those blackened gloves that'll sit in. I don't know if you want to clean them or just dispose of them. That's entirely up to you. So you could actually use them to clean the silver. And so you're cleaning up the silverware that you stole from the house, from the Tim's house.
Appropriated.
And yeah, it's you probably get a few bucks for this. Make a little profit. You're starting to work on the book. You're not going to be done with it by today, but you're starting to get the gist of it.
Okay.
And it is obviously some kind of it's kind of a diary, a journal. The first dates are in the 1630s again, and 16th and early 17th century. The earliest entries are from Salem. There are talk of experiments, certain worship practices that seem to you obscene.
Yeah.
Um,
I have an occult thing.
Yeah, there's something occultish going on. It's like nothing you've ever read. When you've studied the occult and witchcraft, and well, not witchcraft specifically, but superstitions and stories about witches and
Cultural practice.
yeah, and all that stuff. it was nothing like this. This is awful, depraved, nasty stuff. By Tuesday, oh wait, I've got some props for you. Monday morning, you get your newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tuesday morning, you get your newspaper, and that's the headline that catches your eye.
Oh right, because I didn't.
The Sunday, you got a Sunday and a Monday paper, but there's been nothing about Woonsocket until the Tuesday paper, and it notes that this was reprinted from the Woonsocket Call, which was obviously the information on that came out earlier.
Oh yeah, I see that. Okay.
I'm gonna let you read that, and then I'm gonna tell you some more of this awful stuff that you find out through this journal. Monday and Tuesday, what do you kind of want to do? Are you still kind of trying to lay low? Is there anything specific your character wants to do? Otherwise, is it just business as usual?
Maybe just get some of the stuff appraised.
Okay, yeah. You could also take it to your
Wink,
fence, and you could sell some of it. The silver, and he always gives you the same story. He's like, well, I don't know if I can move this.
Yeah.
And in the end,
I've heard it before.
yeah, well, you've got a good rapport with this guy, and you do bring him a lot of business. So, roll me personas. That's how many dollars he's actually willing to pay you for this.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big margin here.
Let's see, I get a 46.
$46. $46 for the silverware you took, and it's like a couple spoons and a couple knives and a couple forks, mismatched. And it's mainly for the silver that he's going to give it to you. So you can just put that in like your spending cash or whatever. It's like just cash that's in your pocket. You don't think you're being give me spot hidden. Tell me if you're successful.
I get a 75. No,
Okay.
got nothing.
You're trying to keep an eye out for tails. You don't think you see anybody following you.
Okay.
And this will be Tuesday. And when you that was Tuesday. How about you waited till Tuesday to do that?
Yeah.
Just because you're kind of trying to.
I didn't really want to.
Just in case the cops are watching you, they haven't contacted you at all Monday or Tuesday morning.
Sorry, I was moving that with my arm.
What?
I was moving.
Oh, that's okay.
So I'm
So,
like, probably
Tuesday you
fine.
come back. Do you want to try to get her paper?
I'm not gonna necessarily go after her paper since I still figure if cops are watching just in
Okay,
case.
so you haven't been snitching your papers the last couple of days? Okay.
So I have no idea about the news unless I'm listening to it on the radio.
You do have a radio, and you've been hearing the radio. And actually, you would have heard that, the information she's getting, you would have probably heard on Monday on the radio. So you're actually getting it before her.
So I have known this for a little while now. And
Yes.
I've been kind of making sure to lay low.
2 police officers at the house of Brian Timmons were found dead Sunday morning. Timmons is suspected. That's the main radio story from Woonsocket. Woonsocket police officers James Marsh and Harold Plummer were found dead Sunday morning at a Woonsocket farm located on Washington Road, west of the city. The 2 officers had been staking out the farm after a corpse was found there Saturday night by police. According to Woonsocket police, Marsh had burns over a good portion of his body, while Plummer had been stabbed with his own pocket knife repeatedly in the chest. Police say there were signs of a struggle. Marsh and Plummer have been assigned to watch the house in case of the return of Brian Timmons. We are searching for Brian Timmons and consider him a suspect in the murder, said Woonsocket Police Detective Daniel Malloy. We consider Timmons armed and dangerous as well as accompanied by other violent men. Police say that Timmons stole both .38 pistols of the murdered policeman and hypothesize that he may also have used some kind of acid on one of the police officers. There's also a theory, this fits in with your whole acid theory that we talked about. There's also a theory that he might have used a flick gun or other apparatus to spray the acid. It is thought he has at least 2 other men working with him. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, go on.
A manhunt conducted Sunday near the farm that Timmons owned discovered Timmons' Cadillac Suburban by a squatter shed near the Branch River. No information on who the squatter might be was released by police. The hunt included men from Woonsocket Police Department, Providence County Sheriff's Department, Rhode Island State Police, and several armed volunteers from Woonsocket. Police also found a cave that obviously suffered a recent collapse. It is thought that Timmons used the cave to hide out for some time. More information as it becomes available. Wow, excuse me.
Always the game collapsed.
Oh yeah, that's impressed.
What?
Well, the game
Well,
collapsed.
basically.
Did it collapse?
Well, it collapsed. They say it collapsed.
That does seem very
Say.
convenient, actually. When you read the story, you think, well, that's pretty damn convenient.
But though I'm thinking also, well, maybe the heat from that fire kind of helped in that a little bit.
Well,
Maybe.
Jarvis. I did did not suspect he would be into this stuff. That is a surprise.
It is a surprise. That is a
Wait,
surprise.
is
Well, no. When you
Is Jarvis implicated?
Jarvis was a very loyal butler,
Yeah.
from what you know, to the Timmons family.
Yeah, they're looking for him.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean he's a suspect just because they're looking for him too.
That's true.
He's just a little missing.
He's just, somehow
Could be.
involved.
Could be.
Yes.
Who knows? Idea checks
Okay.
for both of you guys. I'm gonna assume that you do get together sometime during these last few days, and that you can show him the information from the newspaper, which is a little more complete than the radio report was.
I've got a pretty good
Did you
idea.
make your idea
40 out of
check?
75.
Okay.
Okay.
Your idea is like crazy high because you're so well educated.
60 out of 60.
I have
That's
a higher
success.
idea though.
Is it based on intelligence?
Yeah.
You're actually smarter than she is, but she's better, more well educated. You both realize Jarvis also. Remember how weird? All of a sudden, you felt weird in the room with
Yes.
Timmons.
I do remember.
Maybe there's something going on there too. Maybe he hypnotizes people.
Oh, man. Who, Jarvis?
No, Timmons.
Oh, Timmons?
Yeah, and if so, maybe Jarvis is just messed up.
Oh.
Who knows?
Maybe probably Timmons was
It was pretty weird. Remember?
hypnotized.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
I remember that I ended up just kind of feeling weird in the hallway. I was leaning up against the wall.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
It was
kinda
very
cool.
strange. You keep reading.
Okay.
Yeah, Douglas Timmons was kicked out of. No,
Sorry,
your
you-
character keeps reading. Over
You
this
said
time.
that. I was
No. Keep reading, just read.
Just read whatever
You can show him the newspaper article if you want to.
Here's the
There is more.
newspaper
There is more
article from
information.
Ah, indeed. I heard about
Um,
I heard about this on the radio.
So that we